Roald Dahl, The Enormous Crocodile, illustrated by Quentin Blake. Craig, mischief makers, sign here so everyone knows this book belongs to you. Introducing The Enormous Crocodile, the roly-poly bird, the not so big one. Chunky. Roald Dahl, Enormous Crocodile, illustrated by Quentin Blake. Too soon, Roald Dahl. In the biggest, brownest, muddiest river in Africa, two crocodiles lay with their heads just above the water. One of the crocodiles was enormous. The other was not so big. Do you know what I could like for my lunch today? The crocodile asked. No, not so big one said. What? The enormous crocodile grinned, showing hundreds of sharp white teeth. For my lunch today, he said, I like not used to a little child. I never had children. Not so big one said, only fish. Ho, 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 cried the enormous crocodile. I'll bet if you saw a bet you see a little child paddling in the water over there, and at this very moment you'd go him out in one gallop. No, I wouldn't, the not so big one said. Children are too tough and chewy. They're tough and chewy and nasty and bitter. Tough and chewy, cried the enormous crocodile. Nasty and bitter? What awful tummy rot you talk. They are juicy and yummy. They taste so bitter, the not so big one said. You have to cover them with sugar before you can eat them. Children are bigger than fish, said the enormous crocodile. You get bigger helpings. You are greedy, the not so big one said. You're the greatest croc in the whole river. I'm the bravest croc in the whole river, said the enormous crocodile. I'm the only one who dares to leave the water and go through the jungle to the town to look for the little children to eat. You've only done that once, snorted the not so big one. And what happened to them? They all saw you coming and ran away. But today, when I go, they won't see me at all, said the enormous crocodile. Of course, they'll see you, the not so big one said. You're so enormous and ugly. They'll see you from miles away. The enormous crocodile grinned again, and his terrible sharp teeth sparkled like knives in the sun. Nobody will see me, he said, because this time I've thought of secret plans and clever tricks. Clever tricks? Cried the not so big one. You've never done anything clever in your life. You're the stupidest croc in the whole river. I'm the cleverest croc in the whole river. The enormous crocodile answered. For my lunch today, I shall feed upon a fat, juicy little child, while you lie here in the river feeling hungry. Goodbye. The enormous crocodile swam to the side of the river and crawled out of the river. A gigantic creature was standing in slimy, oozy mud on the riverbank. It was Humpy Rumpy the Hippo. Hello, said Humpy Rumpy. Where on earth are you off to at this time of day? I've secret plans and clever tricks, said the crocodile. Oh dear, said Humpy Rumpy. Oh, but you're going to do something horrid. The enormous crocodile went at Humpy Rumpy and said, I'm going to fill my hungry, empty tummy. I'm going to fill my hungry, empty tummy with something yummy, 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 yummy. What's so yummy? asked Humpy Rumpy. Try to guess, said the crocodile. It's something that walks on two legs. You mean, Humpy Rumpy, You don't really mean you're going to eat a little child? Of course I am, said the crocodile. Oh, you horrid, greedy, scrumptious brute, cried Humpty Dumpty. I hope you get caught and cooked and turned into croc soup. No, the enormous croc laughed out at Humpty Dumpty. Then he waddled off into the jungle. Inside the jungle, he met Trunky the elephant. Trunky was nibbling leaves from the top of the tall tree, and he didn't notice the croc at first. So the croc bit him on the leg. Ow! Said Trunky in his big, deep voice. Who did that? Oh, it's you, you beastly little croc. Why don't you go back to the little brown muddy river where you belong? I have secret plans and clever tricks, said the croc. You mean you've nasty plans and nasty tricks, said Trunky. You've never done a nice thing in your life. The enormous croc grinned at Trunky and said, I'm off to find the yummy child for lunch. Keep listening and you'll hear bones go crunch. I'm off to find a yummy child for lunch. Keep listening and you'll hear the bones go crunch. Oh, you beastly beast, cried Trunky. Oh, you fool and filthy friend. I hope you get squashed and squished and squizzled, boiled up into croc stew. Enormous croc laughed out loud and disappeared into the thick jungle. A bit further on, the mugwump, the monkey mugwump, was sitting in a tree eating nuts. Hello, Crocky, said Mugwump. What are you up to now? I have secret plans and clever tricks, said the crocodile. Would you like some nuts? Said Mugwump. I have better things to eat than nuts, sniffed the croc. I didn't think there was anything better than nuts, said Mugwump. Aha! The enormous crocodile. The sort of things that I'm going to eat have fingers, toenails, and arms, and legs, and feet. Mugwump went pale and began to shake all over. You aren't really going to gobble up a little child, are you? He said. Of course I am, said the crocodile, clothes and all. They taste better with the clothes on. Oh, you horrid, huggish crap, cried Mugwump. You slimy creature, I hope the bottoms and buckles all stick in your throat and choke you to death. The croc ran at Mugwump and said, I eat monkeys too. And as a quick flash, with one bite with his huge jaws, he bit through the tree that the Mugwump was sitting. And down it came. The enormous croc ate Mugwump. But just in time, Mugwump jumped into the next tree and swung away through the branches. A bit further on, the enormous crocodile met the roly-poly bird. The roly-poly bird was building a nest in an orange tree. Hello there, enormous crocodile, said the roly-poly bird. We don't often see you up here in the jungle. The crocodile. I have secret plans and clever tricks. I know it's not something nasty, said the roly-poly bird. Nasty, cried the crocodile. Oh, of course it's not nasty. It's delicious. It's delicious, it's supper as much as it's supper. It's better than rotten old fish. You mash it and munch it. You chew it and crunch it. It's lovely here. It goes squish. It must be berries, said the roly-poly bird. Berries are my favorite food in the world. It is raspberries, perhaps, or could it be strawberries? The enormous crocodile laughed so much his teeth rattled together like pennies in a money box. Crocodiles don't eat berries, he said. We eat little boys and girls, and sometimes we eat roly-poly birds as well. Very quickly, the crocodile reached up and snapped his jaws at the roly-poly bird. He just missed the bird, but he managed to catch hold of the long beautiful feathers and tail. The roly-poly bird gave a shriek of terror and shot straight up into the air, leaving its tail feathers behind in the enormous crocodile's mouth. At last, the enormous crocodile came out of the other side of the jungle into the sunshine. He could see the town not far away. "Ho, ho!" he said, talking loud to himself. "Yeah, that walk through the jungle has made me hungrier than ever. Luncheon isn't going to be nearly enough for me today. I won't be full up until I've eaten at least 3 juicy little children." He stared to creep forward toward the town. The enormous crocodile crept over to a place. He stared to creep forward toward the town. The enormous crocodile crept over a place where there were a lot of coconut trees. He knew that children from the town often came here for looking for coconuts. The trees were too tall for them to climb, but there were always some coconuts on the ground that had fallen down. The enormous crocodile quickly collected all the coconuts that were lying on the ground. He also gathered together several fallen branches. "Now for clever trick number 1, he whispered to himself. "It won't be long before I am eating the first part of my lunch." He took all the coconut branches and held them between his teeth. He grabbed the coconut in his front paws. Then he stood straight up in the air, balancing himself on his tail. He arranged the branches and the coconuts so cleverly that he looked exactly like a small coconut tree standing among the big coconut trees. So 2 children came along. They were brother and sister. The boys were called Toto. His sister was called Mary. They walked around looking for fallen coconuts, but they couldn't find any because the enormous crocodile had gathered them all up. "Oh, look!" cried Toto. "That tree all over there is much smaller than the others, and it's full of coconuts. I think I could climb that one quite easily if you help me up the first bed." Toto and Mary ran toward what they thought was a small coconut. The enormous crocodile peered through the branches. Watching them, they came closer and closer. "Now lick his lips." He began to dribble with excitement. Suddenly there was a tremendous whooshing noise. It was Humpty Dumpty, the hippopotamus. He came crashing and snorting out of the jungle. His head was down low, and he was galloping at terrific speed. "Look out, Toto!" shouted Humpty Dumpty. "Look out, Mary! It's not a coconut tree. It's the enormous crocodile, and he wants to eat you up." The Humpty Dumpty charged straight at the enormous crocodile. He caught him with his giant head and set him trembling and skidding all over the ground. "Owie! Owie!" cried the crocodile. "Help! Stop! Where am I?" Toto and Mary ran back to the town as fast as they could, but crocodiles thought it's difficult for even a hippopotamus to hurt them. The enormous crocodile picked himself up and crept toward the place, and the children played with him. "Now the clever trick number 2, he said to himself. "This one is certain to work." There were no children in the playground at the moment. They were all in school. enormous crocodile found a large piece of wood and placed it in the middle of the playground. Then he lay across the piece of wood and tucked in his feet so that he could look almost exactly like a seesaw. When school was over, the children all came running onto the playground. "Oh, look!" they cried. "We've got a new seesaw!" They all crowded round, shouting with all its excitement. "Bags, I have the first go. I'll get on the other end. I want to go first. So do I. Then a girl who was older than the others said, "That's a rather fun, knobbly sort of the seesaw, isn't it? Do you think it'll be safe to sit on?" "Of course it will," the other said. "It looks strong as anything." The enormous crocodile opened one eye just a tiny bit and watched the children who were crowding around him. So he thought, "One of them is going to sit on my head, then I'm going to jerk and snap. And after that I will be yum yum yum." At the moment, there was a flash of brown, and something jumped into the playground and hopped up on top of the swings. It was Mugglewump, the monk. "Run!" Mugglewump shouted to the children. "All of you, run! That's not a seesaw. It's the enormous crocodile, and he wants to eat you up." The children ran for their lives. Mugglewump disappeared back into the jungle, and the enormous crocodile was left all alone in the playground. He cursed the monkey and waddled back into the bushes to hide. "I'm getting hungrier and hungrier," he said. "I shall have to eat at least 4 children now before I am full up." The enormous crocodile crept around the edge of the tank, taking great care not to be seen. He came to a place. Well, he came into a place where they were getting ready to have a fair. There were slides and swings and dodgems, cars and people selling popcorn and candy floss. There was also a big roundabout. The roundabout had marvelous wooden creatures for children to ride on. There were white horses and lions and tigers and mermaids with fishes tails and fearsome dragons with red tongues sticking out of their mouths. "Now for clever trick number 3, said the enormous crocodile, licking his lips. No one was looking. He crept up onto the roundabout and put himself between a wooden lion and a fearsome dragon. He sat up a bit on his like a wooden crocodile on the roundabout. Soon, all sorts of children came flocking onto the fair. Several of them ran toward the roundabout. They were very excited. "I'm going to ride on a dragon," cried one. "I'm going to ride on a lovely white horse," cried another. "I'm going to on a lion," cried the third one. And one little girl whose name was Joel and said, "I'm going to ride that funny old wooden crocodile." The enormous crocodile kept very still, but you could see the little girl coming toward him. "Yum, yum, yum," he said. "I got her up easily in one gallop." There was a swish and a swoosh, and something came swishing out of the sky. It was a roly-poly bird. He flew out and round and round the roundabout, singing, "Look out, Joe! Look out! Don't ride on that crocodile!" Joe stopped and looked up. "That's not a wooden crocodile," said the roly-poly bird. "That's a real one. It's the enormous crocodile from the river, and he wants to eat you up." ran. So did all the other children. Even the man who was working the roundabout jumped up and ran away as fast as he could. The enormous crocodile caused a really bed and went back into the bushes to hide. "I'm so hungry now," he said to himself. "I could eat 6 children before I am full up." Just outside of town, there was a pretty little field with trees and bushes all around it. This was called the picnic place. There were several wooden tables and long benches, and people were allowed to go there and have a picnic at any time. The enormous crocodile crept over to the picnic place. There was no one in sight. "Now for clever trick number 4," he whispered to himself. He picked a lovely bunch of flowers and arranged it in one of the tables. From the same table, he took away from the benches and hid it in the bushes. Then he put himself in the place where the bench had been, by tucking his head under his chest, and by twisting his tail out of sight. He made himself look very much like a wooden bench with 4 legs. Soon 2 boys and 2 girls came along carrying baskets of food. They were all from one family, and their mother had said they could go out and have a picnic together. "Which table shall we sit at?" "Said one. "Let's take a table with the lovely flowers on it," said another. The enormous crocodile grabbed all as quiet as mouse, and she'll eat them all. He said to himself, "They will come and sit on my back, and I will sizzle my head quickly, and after that I'll be squish, crunch, gone." Suddenly, a big, deep voice from the jungle shouted, "Stand back, children! Stand back! Stand back!" The children stopped and stared at the place where the voice was coming from. Then, with a crashing of branches, Chunky the elephant came rushing out of the jungle. "That's not a bench you are going to sit on," he bellowed. "That's the enormous crocodile, and he wants to eat you all up." Chunky trotted over to the spot where the enormous crocodile was sitting. And quick as a flash, he wrapped his trunk around the crocodile's tail and hoisted him up into the air. "Hey, let me go!" yelled the enormous crocodile, who was now dangling upside down. "Let me go! Let me go!" "No," Chunky said, "I will not let you go. We've all had quite enough of your clever tricks." Chunky began to swing the crocodile round and round in the air. At first, he swung him slowly. Then he swung him faster and faster and faster and faster still. Soon the enormous crocodile was just a blurry circle going round and round Chunky's head. Suddenly, Chunky let go of the crocodile's teeth, and the crocodile went shooting high up into the sky like a huge green rocket. Up and up he went, higher and higher, faster and faster. He was going so fast and so high that soon the earth was just a tiny dot miles below. He whizzed on and on. He whizzed far into the space. He whizzed past the moon. He whizzed past stars and planets until at last, bang! With the most tremendous bang, the enormous crocodile cried head first into the hot sun, and he sizzled up like a sausage. have you heard The Enormous Crocodile read by Stephen Fry? You haven't? Download the audiobook or get the CD. The www.roald.com app. Have you played the fantastically fun new Roald Dahl apps? Stories are good for you. Roald Dahl's many books. And bye-bye.